Okay. Okay.
Start the music.
Okay. Perfect.
Just start the music. Then.
Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Lynn Tran McDonald, and welcome to my first show, Zero Pressure Zone Radio. And I am super excited to be here. Just learning some of the navigation points here in the radio station as well too, and I'm super grateful for Henry, the general manager, who's kind of guiding me through the process. And I'm super excited to be able to be online, to be able to connect with people from in the country and around the world, and to really, my goal is to help to bring some positive mindset, because I know that there is a lot in the world that there feels chaotic and feels really stressful, and so my hope is to be able to create a space for you to encourage you to take a break from the busyness of your day and simply reset your mind, your body, your spirit, because I guarantee you that the moment that you're able to just take time to take the pressure off, to de-stress, all of a sudden you're going to move through your day so much better with a clearer mindset, and it's also going to shift how you perform, how you're moving through the day, how you're interacting with the people in your lives as well too. So with that said, a little bit of background behind me. I am a neurologically based chiropractor, a yoga and meditation facilitator, and empowerment coach. That's a lot of different hats to really just summarize really the same purpose of what I do, and it's to help people increase their quality of life through improving resiliency and adaptability of the nervous system. And so I love to be able to use different outlets to do that, from the body with chiropractic and the body mind with yoga and meditation. So outside of that, I'm actually a very lucky wife and a mom of an amazing 3-year-old boy. And he's the reason for everything that I'm doing. He's my teacher, my guru, and he's the inspiration for my drive to be able to create a better world for him and to show him that anything is possible when you put your mind to it. And so this show is also brought to you by my practice with my husband. It's called Wild and Precious Optimal Living. And if we are neurologically based chiropractors, if you are living with an autoimmune disease and you feel like it can feel like a lonely journey, or if you're struggling with chronic headaches, migraines, or chronic back pain from where you're office visits to doctors to unpredictable flare-ups of symptoms and unknown days where it's interfering with your quality of life, we understand that that can be really stressful and challenging. So as I mentioned before, both my husband and I, we're both neurologically based chiropractors. We are off family practice, and we want to be able to we have the same mission, and we are both passionate about providing services from a whole person approach. Rather than focusing on the symptoms, we focus on addressing the source of the problem. That is, we focus on the function of your brain and nervous system. We utilize innovative functional neurology, gentle chiropractic adjustments, and doctor-led coaching to provide a 360-degree approach to help you heal from the inside out. And for the month of May, we are offering a complimentary cognitive health assessment that you can take from the comfort of your home. And from there, we'll set up a time to review your results and consult with you to see how we may be able to work together. To set this up, contact us at 720-667-3650. Again, that's 720-667-3650. So, you're tuning into the show, and you may be wondering, what the heck is Yoga Nidra? I've never heard of that. It sounds like a foreign word, and it's actually a Sanskrit. And yoga, meaning yoke, is the union. When we think of yoke, it's the union, the richness. So it's a union of the mind, the body, and spirit. And Nidra is sleep. And so when we think about sleep, it's like, oh yeah, it's totally relaxed and unconscious, right? We drop out from the craziness of everyday life and we're restoring. When we meld yoga and nidra together, it is being able to come to a place where you stop from doing things, from being in that drama a storytelling mind to a place of suspended presence, where you are recognizing that you're completely whole and you're deeply relaxed, and it starts to redirect your energy. And so, before I go a little bit further to break down what Yoga Nidra is, I want to also acknowledge the fact that I am a forever student. I don't know how many of you out there are just curiosity, just love learning about the world, but I do. And there are definitely specific things that I really gravitate towards. And Yoga Nidra has always been one of my forefront curiosities. I love studying the philosophy behind it. I love studying even the science behind it too. And there's a lot of great research right now that shows the effectiveness of Yoga Nidra as a practice. And so much of my understanding and concepts behind Yoga Nidra that I bring up in this show is inspired by a number of teachers and schools, which include yogic scholar Hansa Knox at Prana Yoga Ayurveda Mandala Center in Denver, Colorado, Jeremy Wolf, a very seasoned Yoga Nidra instructor, and I am Method at Amrit Yoga Institute, and Satchidananda's Saraswati's teachings from the Vihar School of Yoga. So with that said, I want to be able to make sure that I honor all the instructors and all the different lineages that have come together and bring about this ancient practice into modern day life. And so that's why I decided to name the radio show Zero Pressure Zone, because it's being able to take something so sacred and so ancient and apply it to our craziness of the world right now as well. So with that said, yoga nidra, as I was saying, is a state of simply being whole. You're shifting your energy of doing or constantly acting or putting reactiveness in the forefront to a state of non-doing. So thinking of when you're completely relaxed, you're no longer identified with the actual structure of your body or the actual structure of your identity of I am Lynn, I am John, I am this, and you are shifting to non-doing. And during this time, when you are shifting to non-doing, you're accessing the subconscious aspect of your mind. And your subconscious is where all your memories are stored. From day one, when you're in your mother's womb, all the way to when you're born, to experiences as you're growing up, we're born pure beings, completely open, like this open palette, right? And so we're completely connected and feeling whole. And as we get older, we start to build personality. We start to understand the world and take our experiences and create patterns and habits. And in order for us to belong into the world, in order to navigate into the world, in order to create something of our own personal expression, which is absolutely beautiful. In that process, though, there are times when we hold on to old habits and patterns that may no longer be serving us right now. Perhaps you may be holding on to a pattern that is self-sabotaging you, that is actually getting in the way, holding you back from doing something that you absolutely love to do. Or you have this idea and it's holding you back because you feel like you're not worth, no one wants to hear you, no one wants to listen to what you have to say or what you have to share, or something that's holding you back in life. And the power behind Yoga Nidra is exactly bringing in an intention in this process, a systematic way to take you to redirect your life course during your conscious day of living. And so with that said, it's a big picture idea of Yoga Nidra. However, the underlying effects of it is it also helps to de-stress. It helps to really calm the body, calm the mind, take you from a chronically fight-flight state down to a deep, relaxed state where your body can better regenerate at the cellular level, where you can get into that creative state, where you can start to heal. It starts to reduce chronic pains as well too. And so, with that said, why pressure? Why zero pressure? And so, according to Henry Wissinger, Dr. Henry Wissinger, a world-renowned psychologist and senior author of Performing Under Pressure, The Science of Doing Your Best When It Matters Most, it's a critical difference between stress and pressure. And when I was doing research behind what's a really cool name to be able to match my intention behind this, is I came across the title Zero Stress Zone, which is from the Amrit Yoga method, and comparing it to pressure and the difference between stress and pressure. So while we all face both stress and pressure, there's actually a difference between the two. There's a clear distinction, and here's what it is. Stress refers to the situation of too many demands and not enough resources, such as time, money, energy to meet them. Pressure is a situation in which you can perceive that something is at stake and dependent on the outcome of your performance. It is the underlying emotion behind the stressor. So there's a clear difference, and it's really powerful to be able to identify that. The question I have for you today is, what pressure have you been putting on yourself? What pressure, what emotion is underlying some of the things that you are feeling overwhelmed about, anxious about, or even depressed about? Building the momentum or building the inertia to overcome something. So just a personal story. Before coming onto the show, I was meeting with a coaching client, and I had mentioned how I was actually feeling nervous on jumping on the show. And, like I mentioned before, I'm a constant student, and so grateful that we ended the session, and my loving client, she's like, let me give you a good reminder about this is, ask yourself 2 questions. And I thought that this would be really helpful for you too. So, write this down if this helps you. But first, when you're feeling pressure, when you're feeling a buildup of the emotion, whatever it may be, perhaps it's the anxiety or the expectation, and the pressure looks like the outcome of what you want, the expectation that you think others have on you on producing something, or the expectation that you've put on yourself, which is the underlying pressure to doing a specific task that may feel like stress, is first ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen? And then ask yourself, what are the odds that can happen? And so immediately as I was driving here, I started thinking about, what is the worst that can happen to this radio show, right? The worst I started thinking about, the worst is I lose my voice in the process of this radio show, and suddenly I go blank, and everybody's like, "Where's her voice? What's going on?" The second thing that I think worse that can happen is like everybody in the world emails me and says, "That was a terrible show. Thank you so much for not sharing it. I wish you didn't share it," or something negative, right? But of course, the likelihood of that ever happening is slim, and even if I get a handful of, haters, that's okay, right? So it's not, it's always something that I can take away and refine. But the fact that I'm showing up to do something that is outside my comfort zone, I'm honestly super proud about. And so I'm going to turn that back out to you. What is it something that is new for you? And it is putting you under pressure, but it's also forcing you to think outside the box, forcing you to step up, to show up, and to be able to find voice in yourself, because oftentimes that's where we build pressure, that's where we build stress, is the doing things that's against our calling, against our unique expression of life. And so whether you're a mom and how you're communicating with your kiddo, or whether you're a practitioner like myself and how you want to step up and serve the world, whether you are, you're a community leader, or you're just, you're just saying hi to people in your neighborhood, how you're connecting with people. It's overcoming that pressure, redirecting that pressure, and doing something different so that it is more fulfilling for you overall as well too. So with that said, I want to be able to start to get us into a yoga nidra practice, and it is just more of a basic one today, and I am super excited. So as I get us ready for this, you may be driving, and feel free to listen. However, be very mindful. If you're driving, you're in a car, be very mindful about doing this practice. It's actually just simply listen, or just tune back into the radio. I know that this is recorded and on several different platforms, but check in on that and simply listen from there. If you're at home or if you're at work and this is a really great time for you to take a break, then absolutely by all means do so, right? We want to make sure that as you're setting yourself up for this practice, It's ideal to be able to lay on your back, whether it's you're on the floor or on the bed or on a couch at home, or if you're at work, simply just come into a place where you can lean back on a chair and get comfortable. The key word is comfort, so that you can relax. There's no stoic effort or anything in this practice whatsoever. This is what makes the practice so beautiful, so amazing, and so I'm just excited to be able to bring it up. So get yourselves ready, and I'll just give us a little bit of preparation cues at the very beginning. Give yourself some props if you need to support your back, support your head. Ultimately, you want to be in a position where your head is aligned over your chest aligned over your stomach, and your stomach aligned over the bowl of your pelvis. So nice long spine here, so that breath can be easy in and easy out, easy flow of breath. Okay? And with that from there, what you want to be able to do is, if you are in a lit room, if you want to just relax, create a more calming setting, feel free to turn the lights down, or wherever you're at is perfect. And so as you start to just drop in and take a break for this practice too, you may be hearing sounds, and that's okay. That can be so much part of your practice. It is about practicing presence, right? And so Yoga Nidra is opening the inner chambers of your mind. In the practice, you step down into the internal dimension of consciousness. It is a revitalizing exercise that gives complete and total rest to the mind, brain, nervous system, senses, and body. Even if you do not understand the mechanics of Yoga Nidra, it does not matter. The sound of my voice acts as a rope. And just as you take a rope and go in and out of the depths of a cave, so with the help of sound, you will venture in and out of the mind. Get ready for Yoga Nidra. It is most ideal to lie on your back, legs slightly apart, arms at the sides of the body with the palms of the hands turned upwards. You may use props such as blankets and bolsters to support your body in a comfortable position, and adjust to everything now. Your body, position, and clothes until you are completely comfortable. During this session, there should be no physical movement. Eyes are closed and the body is still. The mind is in a mood to relax. It is not necessary to make movements or deliberately relax your muscles. Simply develop the feeling of relaxation. The sound of your breath is very rhythmic and slow. Make a resolution to yourself now. I will not sleep. I will remain awake throughout the practice. During Yoga Nidra, you are functioning on the levels of hearing and awareness. And the most important thing is to follow my voice. No need to analyze the instructions. Simply follow my voice with total attention and feeling. And if thoughts come to disturb you from time to time, or if you drift off, don't be concerned. Just continue the practice. Now, bring about a feeling of inner relaxation in the whole body. Concentrate on the body and become aware of the importance of stillness. Become aware of your sense of hearing. Begin with your awareness of sounds from a distance that you may hear, and gradually bring your attention to closer sounds within this room, to the sounds that may be picked up in this audio, to the cadence of my voice, and then shift your awareness to the silence in between the sounds, the silence that holds space for the sounds to show. Now become aware of the room that you're in, and without opening your eyes, visualize the four walls, the ceiling, the floor, your body lying down in this room. Mentally see your body lying on your back in this room. Become aware of the existence of your body in stillness in the room. Become aware of the breathing. No need to concentrate, just simple awareness. A deep sense of contentment and peace in your heart as you're resting in your pose. Now, bring into your awareness a resolve or intention. The intention is to be very simple. If you are unclear about your intention, just see what appears in your field of awareness. It is short, positive statement in the present tense language. The intention you make during Yoga Nidra is bound to come true in your life. If you need one, you can use this resolve. I release all negative thoughts of the past and all worries of the future. I am at peace. And repeating this 3 times to yourself. I am at peace. Now, we move into a rotation of consciousness, awareness of different parts of the body by taking a trip through the body. Let your mind jump effortlessly from one part to the next. As I refer to a body part, repeat the part in your mind and simultaneously become aware of the part of the body. Keep yourself alert. Now shift your awareness to your right hand, thumb, second finger, third, fourth, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side waist, hip, right thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel the right side of your body. Allowing yourself to drop in, following my voice as you allow yourself to relax and feel the right side of your body. Now bring awareness to the left side, beginning with your left hand thumb, second finger, third, fourth, fifth, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side waist, hip, left thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel the whole left side of your body. Feel the whole left side of your body relax. Now, bring awareness to your head. Bring awareness to the top of your head, your forehead, your right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, right eyelid, left eyelid, right cheek, left cheek, nose, upper lip, lower lip, chin, throat, back of the head. Bring your awareness now to your whole total body in complete relaxation. Head and body in complete relaxation where you're at. Remember to stay on my voice. This is a practice of complete relaxation, releasing all pressures and stress. Now become aware of your breath. Feel the flow of your breath in and out of the lungs. Your breathing is natural and rhythmic. There is no effort, just simple awareness of its movement and ease. And direct your awareness of this synchronization of your breath to the subtle movements of your body as you start to count your breaths backwards from 10 to 1, like this. 10, I am breathing in. 10, I am breathing out. 9, I am breathing in. 9, I am breathing out, and so on. Say the words and numbers mentally to yourself as you count your breaths. Be sure to just stay focused with the counting, and if you lose track or drift off, simply start again. Further instructions will follow shortly. Stay with the counting of your breath. Now, simply relax the effort of counting, allowing yourself to stay connected and aware with the rhythm of your breath, allowing your body to drop deeper into relaxation now. And we'll shift into a creative visualization, bringing your awareness first to the space between your brows. And in between the space here, visualize a blank screen. As you're resting here in this practice, you may notice that the screen will be filled with different forms or shapes or colors. Simply hold space for that. You are the screen that is holding space for those different images. Begin to visualize yourself in a colorful hot air balloon. You're grounded, and sandbags are at the sides of this basket where you're sitting in, and you can notice the scenery around you. Gradually, you remove one sandbag at a time, and each sandbag represents a pressure that you have in your mind and in your body. And as you start to slowly drop one of the sandbags down into the ground, start to see yourself being lifted up in this hot air balloon, off the ground, and being lifted towards the sky. With each cycle of breath, you see yourself dropping the sandbag, dropping the pressure, lifting up higher. higher and higher, releasing and letting go. Start to visualize yourself, seeing yourself floating in this amazing grand hot air balloon. And you start to look around you and you see the surroundings, the landscape, all the different intricacies of the community around you. You're allowing yourself to step back and finding ease in this beautiful scene. Notice what you see. Now, once again, bring your awareness to the space between your brows, that blank screen. Bring awareness to your breath. Now is the time to repeat your intention or your resolve again. The same intention that you had made at the beginning of practice. Repeating it 3 times to yourself with full awareness and feeling. I release all negative thoughts of the past, all worries of the future. I am at peace. I am at peace. Relax all your efforts. Begin to draw your mind outside and become aware of your breathing. Become aware of your natural breath. Develop awareness of the whole body and awareness of your breathing. Become aware of your whole body in the room that you're in. Feel the space around your body. Awareness now. The room that you're in, from the walls, the ceiling, the floor. Any other sounds too that you may start to hear. Stay here quietly for a moment. And then gradually feeling your body shift, and feel free to take your arms to reach over your shoulders to stretch out long. Feel to stretch the sides of your body, through your legs. Feel the energy pulsate through your whole system. And then gradually you can open your eyes and adjust to the space in the room. And before you quickly shuffle off with the rest of your day, just take a moment to pause and notice how amazing our mind is, how we can quickly shift from one place to another with the power of the mind. So with that said, we've come to the end of our Yoga Nidra session, and it's a short little practice today. Next week, actually, just kidding, in 2 weeks, this is every other week. So on May 15th, I will be back on the show at 2:30 p.m. and we're going to delve a little bit deeper on the negative self-talk that we may have in our heads that can really bring us down and can really be self-sabotaging for ourselves and how we live about our day and how it affects our focus, how it affects our relationships, how it affects our productivity and inspiration in life. So I encourage you to tune back in on the 15th. And if you'd like to follow me on my Wild and Precious Optimal Living. It's in the back of my screen here. Wild and Precious Optimal Living. That is our practice business page on Facebook. And feel free to private message me on there as well too. I'm thinking on getting back to you. Any questions that you may have, you're looking for some resources, I'm always happy to share. And once again, this is brought to you by our family practice, which is called Wild and Precious Optimal Living. And we are a neurologically based chiropractic office where we focus on the health and function of your nervous system. And for the month of May, we are offering complimentary cognitive assessments where you can take at the comfort of your home. And it's like a video game that measures spatial awareness, memory, verbal reasoning. And we take that data and we get to schedule a time with you to go through that and start to see how we can potentially start to work together to support you. And cognitive health takes a big role in the health and function of everything else in your body, from how you are navigating through day to day, through movement, through posturing, to immune function, to how you're sleeping. And so it affects all aspects of our lives. And so you want to make sure that your health is on the upward spiral because the direction of your life is dictated by the direction of your health. And so that begins with the nervous system. It is my pleasure to be able to be on this show, and I look forward to being on again in 2 weeks. Thank you so much.